Our exploration begins over 2,500 years ago in the fertile plains of ancient India, a land ripe with religious and philosophical thought. Amidst this era of spiritual seeking, a prince named Siddhartha Gautama was born into the royal family of the Shakya clan. His birthplace, Lumbini, now revered as a sacred site, was the starting point of a journey that would give birth to Buddhism. Raised in opulence in the kingdom of Kapilavastu, Siddhartha was a child of promise, destined for greatness according to the prophecies. However, the luxuries and pleasures of palace life could not quench his growing thirst for understanding the deeper truths of existence. It was this profound quest that would eventually lead him to renounce his princely life, seeking answers to the enduring questions of life, suffering, and spiritual liberation. This remarkable transition from a life of luxury to that of a wandering ascetic set the stage for the emergence of one of the world's most influential spiritual paths. The legacy of this quest, the heart of Buddhism, continues to inspire millions on their journey towards enlightenment. In the lush gardens and grand palaces of Kapilavastu, Siddhartha Gautama led a life shielded from the world's hardships. His father, King Suddhodana, hoping to groom him as a great ruler, surrounded him with luxury and kept the realities of life's suffering at bay. However, destiny had other plans. On rare excursions beyond the palace walls, Siddhartha encountered what are known as the four sights: an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and finally a serene ascetic. These encounters profoundly shook him, awakening a deep desire to understand the nature of suffering and the transience of life. At the age of 29, in a decision that stunned the kingdom, Siddhartha left the palace. He renounced his royal heritage, choosing the life of a mendicant in search of truth. His journey took him to the great sages of the time, studying and practicing rigorous ascetic disciplines, yet he found no answers to his deep questions about suffering. Determined and undeterred, Siddhartha engaged in intense meditation and austerity, almost to the point of death. But he soon realized that neither luxury nor severe asceticism held the key to understanding the truth of existence. It was under the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya that Siddhartha's relentless quest culminated. After days of deep meditation, he attained a profound awakening, becoming the Buddha, the Enlightened One. In that moment of supreme insight, he understood the causes of suffering and the way to its cessation, thus setting the cornerstone for what would become Buddhism. The Buddha then set forth to share his newfound wisdom, his teachings forming the foundation of a spiritual path that has illuminated the lives of countless beings across millennia. In the life of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, lie profound lessons for all of us. His journey from prince to enlightened teacher encapsulates the eternal quest for understanding and the potential for transformation within each of us. First, we learn the middle way. The Buddha's life shows us that neither extreme luxury nor severe self-denial leads to true wisdom. It's the balanced path, avoiding extremes, that fosters genuine insight and liberation. The importance of compassion and empathy is another significant lesson. Throughout his teachings, the Buddha emphasized loving kindness, showing that understanding and alleviating the suffering of others is central to spiritual growth. Perhaps most importantly, Buddha's enlightenment underlines the power of self-realization. His experience demonstrates that true wisdom isn't about acquiring knowledge from external sources, but discovering it within oneself through deep meditation and mindful living. Finally, the Buddha's life teaches us the reality of impermanence. Everything, including our own lives, is transient. Understanding this fundamental truth helps us cherish each moment and leads us toward detachment and inner peace. These lessons from the Buddha's life continue to resonate across time, offering guidance and light on our own paths towards enlightenment and understanding. Central to Buddhism is the teaching of the Four Noble Truths, a profound framework that the Buddha presented in his first sermon after attaining enlightenment. These truths form the essence of Buddha's teachings and offer a path to liberation from suffering. The first noble truth is dukkha, often translated as suffering, but it's more than just physical or emotional pain. Dukkha encompasses the fundamental unsatisfactoriness and imperfection of life, the inescapable reality that everything is transient and subject to change. The second noble truth is samudaya, the truth of the origin of suffering. The Buddha taught that the root cause of suffering is desire or craving, tied to attachment and aversion. This incessant longing leads to a cycle of rebirth and continued dissatisfaction. The third noble truth is nirodha, the cessation of suffering. It asserts that by relinquishing attachments and desires, one can extinguish dukkha. This cessation is nirvana, the ultimate goal, a state of liberation and freedom from the cycles of rebirth. And the fourth noble truth is magga, the path leading to the cessation of suffering. This is the Noble Eightfold Path, a practical guide for ethical and mental development, leading to understanding, peace, and ultimately enlightenment. It lays out a balanced approach to spiritual practice, steering clear of both indulgence and severe austerity. In essence, these four noble truths offer a deep understanding of human existence, the nature of suffering, and a clear path towards peace and enlightenment. They form the bedrock of Buddhist philosophy and practice, resonating across various traditions and interpretations. Arising from the fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path, the practical guideline to ethical and mental development with the goal of freeing the individual from attachments and delusions. This path leads to understanding, loving kindness, and peace. The first step is right understanding, sometimes called right view. This means to see and understand things as they really are. It's about comprehending the Four Noble Truths and recognizing the impermanent and imperfect nature of worldly objects and ideas. Next is right intention, the commitment to ethical and mental self-improvement. Buddha distinguishes three types of right intentions: intention of renunciation, intention of goodwill, and intention of harmlessness. The third aspect, right speech, involves speaking truthfully, avoiding slander, gossip, and harmful talk. It's about using our words to spread kindness and harmony. Right action means behaving ethically and morally. It's about taking actions that are peaceful, honest, and respectful of others and oneself. Right livelihood, the fifth step, encourages earning a living in a way that doesn't harm others and is ethically positive. This means avoiding trades or occupations that bring harm to oneself or others. Right effort is about cultivating positive states of mind, free of greed, ill will, and delusion. It involves actively working to improve oneself and overcome unwholesome thoughts and habits. Right mindfulness, the seventh element, is the practice of being aware and mindful of our body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. This awareness helps us to stay present in the moment, clear-headed and focused. Finally, right concentration is the practice of deep meditation, leading to higher states of awareness or jhanas. This culminates in samadhi, a state of intense concentration, clarity, and tranquility. Integral to Buddhist philosophy is the concept of karma and rebirth. These concepts can be challenging but are essential to understanding the Buddhist view of life and the universe. Karma, in simple terms, is the law of moral causation. It's the idea that our intentions and actions have consequences. Good actions lead to positive results, and harmful actions bring about negative outcomes. Rebirth, or samsara, is the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Unlike the notion of reincarnation, which often implies a soul moving from body to body, rebirth in Buddhism is more about the continuity of consciousness carrying the imprints of past karma. This cycle of rebirth is fueled by desire, ignorance, and attachment. Breaking free from this cycle, which is marked by suffering and dissatisfaction, is the ultimate goal, leading to nirvana, a state of liberation and freedom from karmic bondage. Karma and rebirth remind us that our actions have profound effects on our lives and future existences, shaping our journey towards enlightenment. Meditation is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, offering a path to inner peace and spiritual insight. Let's explore two significant forms of Buddhist meditation, vipassana and samatha. Vipassana, or insight meditation, is about seeing things as they truly are. It's a practice of continuous self-observation, focusing on the deep interconnection between mind and body. This meditation leads to understanding the true nature of reality. Through vipassana, practitioners learn to observe their thoughts, feelings, and sensations objectively, leading to a profound understanding of the impermanent and unsatisfactory nature of existence, and ultimately, to liberation from suffering. Samatha, or tranquility meditation, is practiced to calm the mind and develop concentration. By focusing on a single object, like the breath or a visual point, the mind gradually becomes still, leading to states of deep peace and concentration. Together, vipassana and samatha can lead to a balanced meditation practice, harmonizing the mind and providing a profound basis for spiritual growth. Buddhism extends far beyond meditation practices. It embraces the concept of mindfulness and ethics in everyday life, influencing how Buddhists interact with the world and themselves. Mindfulness, or sati, is about being fully present in the moment. It's about experiencing life as it unfolds, with awareness and compassion. This practice can transform mundane activities into opportunities for awareness and spiritual growth. Ethics in Buddhism, known as sila, is not just about adhering to a list of rules. It's about cultivating virtues like kindness, generosity, and honesty. This ethical practice helps in developing a clear conscience, which is crucial for meditation and spiritual growth. Incorporating mindfulness and ethics into daily life creates a compassionate and harmonious environment. It's about making conscious choices, big and small, that align with the path of compassion and understanding. Through daily mindfulness and ethical living, Buddhists strive to create not just inner peace, but also a more peaceful and compassionate world. Buddhism, over centuries, has branched into several schools, each with its unique practices and interpretations. The three main branches are Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Theravada, often called the School of the Elders, focuses on the earliest teachings of Buddha. It emphasizes personal enlightenment and the monastic path. Predominant in countries like Thailand and Sri Lanka, Theravada teaches the attainment of nirvana through one's own efforts. Mahayana, known as the Great Vehicle, developed later and is found primarily in North Asia, in countries like Japan and China. Mahayana Buddhism emphasizes the bodhisattva path, the pursuit of enlightenment for the sake of all beings. Vajrayana, often associated with Tibetan Buddhism, incorporates both Theravada and Mahayana teachings, but adds esoteric practices such as mantra, mudras, and elaborate rituals. It's known for its accelerated path to enlightenment through the use of advanced meditation techniques. Each branch, with its unique practices and perspectives, contributes to the rich tapestry of Buddhist thought and spirituality. As Buddhism traveled from its birthplace in India, it has adapted and evolved, finding a place in the modern world, influencing not just spirituality, but also psychology, wellness, and global ethics. In the West, Buddhism has been embraced in diverse ways, from meditation centers in bustling cities to its influences in stress reduction and mental health. Buddhism has offered Westerners new approaches to mindfulness and emotional well-being. The adaptability of Buddhism is evident. For instance, mindfulness, a key Buddhist practice, is now widely applied in modern psychology, enhancing therapies for anxiety, depression, and stress. Buddhism's emphasis on peace and compassion has also resonated globally. It has influenced peace movements and ethical discussions, promoting values like non-violence and empathy across cultural and religious boundaries. In the wellness and self-help movements, Buddhism's insights into the human mind and emotions have inspired countless books, courses, and apps focused on personal growth, happiness, and inner peace. As we reach the end of our journey through the rich and diverse world of Buddhism, we've only just touched the surface of this profound spiritual path. We invite you to explore further, engage with its practices, and see where the path leads you. Share your experiences or questions about Buddhism in the comments below.